Hello, this video will teach you about the Component Manager in HotDocs. The Component Manager is the tool you use to access the contents of the component file that is associated with your Word or PDF document template. You may access the Component Manager from your HotDocs ribbon while editing your template. So for example, I have the Demo Employment Agreement up here for editing, and I can make sure I click on the HotDocs ribbon, and then I click the Component Manager button, which is just about to the right of the center of the ribbon. It's with the three blue boxes, and so I click that, and then the Component Manager comes up above the document template. Now, a nice feature is that you can actually arrange the windows so that your component manager sits beside the document template that you're working with. So you can click this Arrange Windows button in the top left corner, and then it will set the component manager off to the left of the document template. Now you'll see that this component manager is referencing the demo employment agreement.cmp. So this is the component file that is associated with the demo employment agreement .docx. Those two parts together make up the template. So you've got the Word document and you've got a component file. The components that we put on the face of the form are usually called variables, and so these variables, each of these fields must have an equivalent component inside the component file for the template to work. If for any reason the component employee name, for example, is missing from the component file, then when HotDocs reads this field here on the face of the form, it will not be able to find the equivalent component in the component file, and it will render an error. So keep that in mind as we go through a few things that you can do with the component manager. So over on the left here, you see we have some buttons, and I will go through each of these briefly. So up top here we've got a save component file. So if you've made a change, you can click the save button. However, the component file does have an auto save feature. So as you close it, it will save, and as you work, it will also save. But next we have the component file properties button. This gives the underlying properties of the component file for demo employment agreement.cmp, and the component file properties button has several tabs. The general tab has the template title and the template description. Both of those are the title and the description that will show up in the library. You can see what the component file format is from this field here. This is the current format, so it's HotDocs 11. With HotDocs 11, the component file properties now has a template identifier, a number assigned to the template, and it would be from the general tab here that if you wanted to point the component file, this demo employment agreement component file, to a different component file to use that other component file's components, then you would make the change here by selecting a different one. The next tab is the interview tab. This generally, when you create a template, it will default to this generate default interview, and for the most part that allows HotDocs to read the template, and from the fields it assembles an interview to present to the user, and that works really well. There may be occasions where you would create a custom interview using a computation, and so then you would select this box and indicate that you want to use a custom interview that tells HotDocs exactly what dialogues to ask and in what order and based on what conditions. And then there are some other checkboxes that you can check related to the way an interview would work. The next tab is the Assembly tab. Some of the features in here are the product title. If you have a set of templates and you want the title up at the top left corner of the assembly window to render a particular heading, like maybe the name of your firm, and you could say such and such firm document templates, and so that could be the product title. Another feature that with the asterisk here, this applies only to Word documents. You can check this box here, update tables, contents, references, fields, etc. What that means is if you check that box, then once HotDocs is finished assembling the template, then it will run the macros to update the table of contents and any reference fields within your template. So if you have a template like a trust or a will that has a table of contents, then this would be a good checkbox to check. You can also, for each template, you can get rid of metadata by checking the boxes of the metadata that you want to remove, and then when you click OK, it will remove that metadata from the template. The other tab here is the HotDocs Server tab, and this relates to having templates enabled for use with HotDocs Server or other HotDocs Server-based products such as HotDocs Cloud Services or HotDocs Document Services. So each template that you would want to use with Server or its derivatives, then you would enable the template here. And then there is a answer upload tab that you can actually assign a particular answer file to a template and upload it to a particular URL. And so that gives you an idea of some of the things you can do with the component file properties.